Welcome to 5 Pints In, the show where we're literally 5 pints in. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Yes.
That one
Tom,
didn't-
was that a baby noise of a can opener?
that one didn't sound right.
Got
though.
really big hands.
I mean, to be fair, I know it is 12 ounces, which isn't a pint, but
It's like 11.2. It's a Stella
Yeah.
skinny can. Or
I feel
thin
like
can or whatever.
Andre the Giant.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't they say you could drink like 36
Hey.
beers in a night?
But you're not 6'5" anyway, so you're not far off being Andre the Giant. Anyway,
I thought you were going to say the Burger King man with the small hands.
Yeah.
So I'm going to keep this microphone over this Chelsea badge the whole episode.
I'll get an angle from
But
you.
just to explain, because you'll notice it's the wrong blue. I lost the predictor.
It's the right blue. You mean?
I lost the predictor again this week.
again.
Yeah, 2 in a row. So I'm trying not to go for
Going
my
for a
third
hat-trick,
because
yeah.
I think the hat trick of losses will be.
I think we lulled you in though, mate. You think you're going to get down a pint in one again.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was the prize I won last time for coming in last.
Yeah, I'll give you a bib if you had to drink a pint in that. A sacred shirt right there.
Connor obviously didn't get the memo with our T-shirt.
Oh, we did. The memo was Grealish falling over.
Yeah,
He's still number one.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. So they're both
We'll
wearing
get to that later, yeah.
they're both wearing the RefBI 5 Pints In t-shirts that can be found on 5pintsin.com/shop. We've actually posted about that Grealish dive, but we'll get to that when we get to the games. But first, I just wanted to thank our sponsor, sportsvids.com. Christmas is coming up, and if you're looking for a gift for a friend, SportsVids is the perfect gift. If you know someone that loves football, boxing, Olympics, darts, or cricket, then get them a personalized video shout out from sportsvids.com. Choose from football legends like Ian Bishop, Tony Cottee, Shaun Goater, and other stars. All you need to do is give them some info about your friend and they'll do the rest. It's a great Christmas gift, as I mentioned, and it solves your Christmas shopping needs. SportsVids, personalized video shoutouts from sporting heroes. Get yours now at sportsvids.com.
I'll definitely get one if Tyson's on there now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I never seen the fight.
You don't need to.
You know, Tyson beat up someone that was running away from him.
I didn't want to watch it anyway because I heard beforehand that they wasn't really going to be allowed to hit each other.
Yeah, and then $10
$10 million or something for not hitting each other.
Well, what they
Tyson got 10. Roy Jones got 3, I think.
Well, what they did was they hyped it up so much, and in the last few days they're like, oh, no headshot, and then so they've already got the hype, and then they set the rules,
right.
And then they saw the backlash of it and everyone the outrage and
then Evander.
it was great to watch, wasn't it?
Evander Holyfield's come out today calling Tyson out, saying the contract's ready for him to sign.
Really?
Yeah.
Before the fight.
For another no punching boxing match.
Probably, and 2 minutes.
Like the Premier League.
Yeah, yeah, it's perfect actually. They've just
we
doled
need
it down.
V.A.R. though for those
Yeah.
body shots.
If anyone actually hits each other.
Yeah, was that ear actually bitten off, or was it?
Yeah, no, that was the equivalent of 90s football, and now is the equivalent of modern day. But I guess it's across all sports. I mean,
Suarez won it.
was
Pardon?
it Suarez?
Yeah.
Suarez bit of Evander Holyfield.
Yeah.
Bit of everyone else.
Talking about
Hey, to be fair, the best players do bite apparently. So,
Have you read that?
well, no, I'm saying the best athletes.
he's saying Suarez and Tyson.
Yeah, there hasn't been a shit footballer or a shit athlete that's bit someone, has there? So maybe that's the secret.
Well, probably actually. I don't think that's a safe thing to
Maybe
say.
just haven't got
Slovenia
caught.
or somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right. Well, talking about modern sports, we're gonna right here on the 5 Pints In podcast, we're gonna fix the offside rule once and for all. So for all the for FIFA officials and whoever else, the FA, we're gonna solve it. I do want to start off just by saying this has sort of gone unnoticed, but in the Dutch league, the Eredivisie. This is why I'm getting this out early because I didn't want to.
5 pints in, George.
I didn't want to attempt to say that later on. So
Eredivisie.
what was it?
Eredivisie.
Yeah, the Eredivisie. They're using a 10-centimeter linesman's call margin of error to try and fix V.A.R. Apparently, they're going against FIFA with this. So basically, they're saying if it's within 10 centimeters, they're leaving it to whatever the linesman called. They're not. V.A.R. doesn't interfere. I know that sounds like a little gap.
How are they going to measure the 10 centimeters? They're still going to use them lines.
Well, both the lines are 5 centimeters. So if the lines are touching, they say, so the armpit thing, right, and the toe thing, it's like 10 centimeters would fix the armpit, I think.
Well, no, an actual armpit should fix the armpit, not a sleeve.
No, I know.
But isn't this... I feel like that's going backwards.
It's going backwards. Basically, they're just saying they give the forward the benefit of the doubt if it's too close.
Or what they're saying...
Sorry, Con.
No, go on.
Right. I'm thinking, shouldn't it be your torso, and it has to be daylight for it to be offside?
So that's one suggestion. There's been suggestions from all over. Arsene Wenger said if you have any body part in line with the defender, you should be onside, which is kind of ridiculous because you could be a whole stride beyond the back line and still have your back foot in line with the defense.
I'm saying about use your torso. That's who you are, isn't it?
Right.
Your leg can be stretched forward or backwards, so can your arms. But use your torso.
Yeah.
Your head, and just simplify it and say, look, if you can't see daylight, because don't forget, if you say your heel or your arm, your shoulder, whatever it is, and you say, it's got to be clear anyway, they're still going to get the lines.
Yeah.
You're still going to have to use them lines to get it spot on, because there is going to be occasions where you don't know what daylight is, or you may not can see the daylight, but at least it gives the forward the benefit of doubt, Mm-hmm. I think if you've got to have clear...
But does this give the forward the benefit of the doubt? You just said it's the 10 centimeters gives the benefit of the doubt of the linesman.
Technically to the linesman's too, but to the forward, I'm saying.
What if he gets it wrong and it's within 10 centimeters? Then it's just wrong, right?
Yeah.
So that's stupid.
Basically,
don't have the VAR if you can see it's wrong. Like, it's to correct human error.
They're just saying like if there's only 10 centimeters between it, like, because here's the difference, right? 10 centimeter movement. Nobody talks about the ball leaving the foot off the play. You know what I mean? We never look at that, really. I know they speed it up and they
clip it on the telly, don't they? They stop it on the telly, but they're not narrowing it down to as fine margins.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So that means that I think that 10 centimeters gives somewhat of a benefit of a doubt to when the ball was... Because I've seen offsides where... I mean, we'll get to the City game yesterday against Porto. But,
I was going to talk about that.
But he was offside for Jesus' goal, Cancelo was, but where they paused it, the ball had already left the foot. He was still offside before that. He was running back, but I'm just saying they didn't pause it at the right point. So what are we looking at there?
The ball was already a lot further from the foot, and he was still offside.
No, I know. I'm just saying. I'm just using it as an example because there's times where we get an offside where we don't look. I mean, what if the pass is made from their own half?
Well, this is where it gets me. Look, the linesman hasn't... Before it was a clear and obvious error. Why is VAR checking up when there's been no decision given? The linesman never gave it, and then they... No, yeah, he was right, or no, he was wrong.
Well, it's not... I don't think it's clear and obvious error for offside. I think it's just offside or not.
So in
clear and obvious error is the tackles, is the penalties.
Scenario... then your goal, City's goal, would have counted.
No, because I still think he was way more than 10 centimeters off.
So?
I think so. He was like off.
It was honestly just because his back. I mean, yeah, he was lazy
when they drew the line,
his back leg flicking up, like
yeah.
All it is if it was like he had, like if he was running different. I don't know how to explain it, but if he had his left foot where his right foot was, and then he was moving that way, then if he's like if they caught him instead of pulling his leg back, then he's not offside.
Right, but that's just body movement, isn't it?
His body wasn't offside, his leg was.
Like I said, we'll get to it. He was just lazy, wasn't he, coming back? But
yeah,
we'll get to that. But
yeah,
but wasn't Salah's closer than that? Wasn't Salah's?
Okay, yeah,
it
was way closer.
Yeah, way closer. That was, and I mean, we'll get to I don't want to keep going.
See, things like that, for me, things like that when they're going now on a toe or a heel
Yeah.
or an armpit now when they've moved it. What is your armpit? What isn't your armpit? Like with the penalty thing with the slip or whatever. They're just creating a rod for their own back and causing more shite for themselves and for everybody.
Yeah.
And it just needs to be simplified.
I wouldn't mind the toe and the heel if they didn't mess around with all the other stuff. Like the armpits, just completely ridiculous because, like, I go back to...
You score with your armpits, a handball.
Yeah, exactly. I go back to Bamford's as well with the baggy shirt.
That's what...
Like, how could you possibly...
You need one of those Spurs shirts that, like... I'm not going to tighten my shirt.
Yeah.
You need one of those Spurs shirts back in the early 2000s that were, like, super tight, you know?
But so there's a few things. I mean, I think I don't. If you so go back to yours, right? What you just said, daylight between the torso. Is the striker not got way too much leeway in that scenario? Because they're technically...
Because we're looking for goals. We're looking to give the striker the benefit of to have goals in exciting games.
Yeah.
Rather than cancel goals out, to give them the opportunity. Okay, the body may be a little bit ahead of the defender, so it gives them a little bit of an advantage.
Yeah.
Really? So you are, which is what they've always said.
Benefit of the striker,
The striker. You know, so clear daylight with your torso. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, that would be the thing for me.
I just... Yeah.
They'll still fuck it up. It doesn't...
Yeah.
Look, it doesn't matter.
Well, that's my point. They're doing so much destruction to the game right now to where they're trying to protect so many different things and place so many safety nets all over the place for all these players.
We've lost it.
Oh, no, I'm fine. I'm fine with them taking over, but I want it as a...
Why can't they just revert backwards? You know, it was almost like... I mean, we heard this... I don't know if anyone followed the election, but with many states, they just said too close to call the whole time, right? Why can't they just have a too close to call whatever the linesman said? You know, if they look at it with V.A.R. and it's like... You don't get your little friggin' ruler and shit out for an armpit. Like, it's too close. Like, it just...
Oh, my mind's gone blank. Who scored the second goal for England in '66?
Jeff Hurst.
Yeah.
The one that they said didn't cross the line.
Yeah, it should be.
Alright, do you need to go for a pee?
No, it should be the Jeff Hurst rule.
That would be the watch today, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it should just be... It looked like it went into it as much as we can tell. So I mean, obviously we got goal line technology down to a key.
Yeah,
with fucking 7 centimeters and that. But
here's the thing:
you can easily do that with offsides as you can with.
Remember when Stones cleared it off the line against Liverpool? It was centimeters there, right? So they can measure that because there's a chip in the ball, from what I understand, and there's sensors in the posts,
like they do in hockey.
Or there's cameras. Sorry, it's not sensors. There's cameras, isn't it?
There wouldn't be a chip.
There's like 7 cameras or something. Yeah.
Sensors as well. It's definitely got to be sensors because it comes through to his watch. So
it's
not just cameras.
It's 7 cameras. Because remember, what's the company called? Remember the company we spoke about this?
Eagle Eye or Hawkeye.
Hawkeye or neighbor.
You called it something. Yeah.
I called it like Neighborhood Watch or something. Like, what did I call it? Do you remember?
Neighborhood Watch.
No, I remember.
It was something like that. Yeah.
Watchdog. I called it Watchdog. Yeah.
Watchdog. Yeah.
Hawkeye said there was one where they couldn't see, so there's not a sensor. It's 7 cameras and it's people watching it, and they send the buzzer right through. They get a graphic image to them. And it's definitely computerized, but there's not a sensor because there was one where the ball went in the net against
Aston Villa.
Yeah, exactly, and they couldn't see because of the players in the post, and that's why that wasn't that's why that didn't.
Well, Aston Villa up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, that's my point. Why, linesmen? They say it's the hardest job out of referees, but it's like we have the technology to make it become obsolete. Why isn't it like hockey where when they're like we could get the camera? You know, the cameras can follow the play. Like they have hundreds of cameras around. You know, it doesn't have to be that one company. Where a fucking red light goes off when you're offsides, you know.
It's just that it's a moving target. Like in hockey, it's a still line.
Yeah, but I mean,
you'd have to have
cameras, if you have enough with the money in the sport today, the technology's there. You know, you could have a sensor every half a yard. You know, where it's close enough where you'll be able to tell.
The biggest problem we have, mate, is look. You're gonna end up with more lines on the field than an American football game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're gonna end up drawing lines every yard, so you don't need this technology. You can.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying do that.
But you can't do that because it doesn't know when it leaves the foot.
Well, I mean, but like the whole Porto thing with City, how quick it was to determine that it wasn't a goal because it happened within seconds, right? Probably one of the fastest VAR decisions, especially in the Champions League, that you've seen. It was so simple to just be, and we said it straight away. Like, oh shit, he is offside. Blatantly, like, not. Yeah. I mean, he's blatantly offside because of VAR. Well, he's not blatantly offside to the linesman because I don't think the linesman called it. But
it's not the only thing with the offside, is it?
Oh yeah, no, of course. The main thing is the diving.
Letting it go, not putting his flag up, and then some of them are actually putting the flag up in the end and calling it where he's touched the ball, not where he was offside.
Yeah.
So they're running with the play. They're not putting it up until the play is finished.
Right.
And they're giving the offside where he's took a shot from, or
also
where he's received the ball, which it should
exactly
be.
With them,
where he's offside.
With them not putting their flag up until the play's done, it could go up for a corner and they won't give that offside. I've seen that happen. Like, and because it wasn't a goal, they don't go back and check.
Yeah,
If he put his flag up, if he thought it was offside, and then he let the play go anyway.
Yeah.
And he stays there with his flag up.
Yeah, and then check it. Yeah.
No, but you know why he won't do that? Because he won't want to look like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Standing there with his flag up.
Exactly.
And get found out by VAR he was completely wrong.
Yeah.
You know, because some of them will just stand there all frigging day.
Yeah.
You keep putting their hand up and you realise how fucking dumb they are.
Yeah.
But they're not my favourites, mate. They've sabotaged the game.
Yeah.
There's rules, whether it's the FA or whether it's the referees fucking brigade or whatever, changing their rules, and then they still can't get it right.
Yeah.
It's as if the rules are changed and they're just learning them again.
I mean, the whole rule...
three or something years to fucking try and get VAR to where it is today.
Yeah.
And it's still garbage because you got nuggets making the decision on it.
It's gone backwards.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's the whole point. All the major sports, and including the Olympics, and that, when did it become acceptable for people to judge these athletes when they have never become close to doing what they're doing?
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's no linesman or referee that could have ever made it as a footballer, to my knowledge. There's no same thing with boxing. Like, it's why are these people allowed to judge these other people when they've never once been in their shoes and done what? That's why.
Well, if they could be in their shoes, they wouldn't be a referee or a linesman.
Well, yeah,
They'd be playing
well,
football.
that's why we have ex-players, injured players. You know,
I mean, they could pay lower league players
exactly
to ref.
Yeah, we've talked about this before. Yeah,
yeah,
which is the perfect.
And then get ex-players in the VAR room, or at least a couple of them.
I mean, it's very, and it'll be very easy to determine whether they're being biased, and they can, and that job will be endless. Everyone can go apply for that job.
That's the problem. They're like their own little cartel, aren't they? It's like they can't.
That's why, yeah.
They
Jamie
can't.
Jamie Carragher was saying that. It's like it's like two mafias, like two head of the families, like,
and they're not gonna say you're wrong. Yeah.
But they make the rules and everything. Yeah. It's horrible. Like, I hate seeing Mike Dean's face trying to be funny, you know, and he like.
But can't we find out what's wrong? Look, what is wrong?
We all know what's wrong.
The penalty rule is wrong. Mm-hmm. The offside rule is wrong in a number of ways. The penalty rule in a number of ways. This now you get booked when you play the ball, but you followed through with no malice, with no intention. It's just momentum suck you through. So that rule, you know, there's so many little nuances. You know, two people go with a high foot for the ball, so the one who gets there first gets the foul given against them.
Mm-hmm.
It's just there's so many bullshit things that have killed the game. You know what's so simple about book the divers and stop that shit? Why is nobody addressing any of this stuff? Just tell me that. Why does nobody address it?
Because all the players are protected like little mafia.
Well, here's a quote from Jamie Carragher on Sky.
I know, yeah.
He said, "Just the defenders shouldn't make tackles in the box."
I thought you were going to say about going down.
That's just like saying, where's it going to go to? Is it going to go to don't make a tackle in the midfield because you might get 2 yellow cards?
Yeah.
Where's it going to go? Before you know it, we're going to have like this country did with the kids, and you can't head the ball.
You can't head it, yeah.
But also,
we play under head height like you used to in training.
Yeah.
But this is the same country that has that rule, but they also have camps that teach you how to dive.
Yeah, that's another.
They teach cheating.
Another thing too, Neville and Carragher I was watching earlier. I'm not just gonna quote everything they said, but they also said if a striker feels contact in the box, they should go down. And it's all based on
They're saying that because now they're going to get because of the rule.
Yeah.
Because of the rule, which is the rule that's wrong.
Yeah.
But it gets to me. These people on the telly now, them two, and
I mean they're incredibly biased.
And others like them. You know what? They're staying within what's happening to the game instead of standing up to stop it, and they're in the best position.
But
instead of standing up to stop it and go against it, now they're just rolling with it. That's it. This is the rule. It's the rule's fault. To be honest with you,
yeah.
It's the rule changes. You look at it was Welbeck, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's been kicked.
Yeah, Robertson.
He's gone down a little bit late. But if they're going to give contact in any other way, in any other game, they've got to give that also.
Mm-hmm.
It's all of them that's wrong.
Yeah.
It's not just that one, you know.
Yeah.
People will have a go because it's Liverpool, you know.
I wanna. If there is one out there, I definitely haven't searched it up, but I want there to be like a referee podcast where they judge other referees and go, look how shit he was. He's destroying the name for the referee.
They wouldn't do that because
they
would be kicked out of the
no one
Premier
knows
League.
where these referees live. If they actually live in a house,
yeah.
You know, like what do they do once they?
Well,
leave
I mean,
the
it's telling that the V.A.R. centres in Stockley Park where the Enigma wasn't it? The Enigma machine was there too. So it's like they put it in the most protected. They're still using that computer. What was his name? David or Charles or something?
No Germans allowed. Yeah.
But you know, it's for me. They're not accountable. Neither the refs.
Yeah.
You know, there's all these excuses already made for them. They're not accountable.
Yeah.
How can you just look? If I had a business or whatever it was, and somebody wanted to volunteer for me, I would rather pay somebody to do the job than a volunteer because the person you pay is accountable.
Yeah.
You know, you can't have a go at the volunteer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying refs volunteer, but they're paid professionals now. Why are they not accountable for all the shit they cause?
Yeah.
Why are they not accountable? Because now you've got V.A.R. and it wasn't me. I tried, but look, it was the fella in the toilet.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like they have the best referee, quotation marks, because they're all just as bad as one another. The best referee refs the World Cup final. So shouldn't the worst referee get like relegated or like, you know, like
yeah.
I know
mean,
they do if they have
went,
a bad game, but it's not like they take the.
It all went downhill when Mark Clattenburg got a big money move to the Saudi league.
Well, I mean, he had that whole thing with Mikel, didn't he? Which
Kind of famous.
Yeah.
He's got a telly slot.
Yeah. But the refs, yeah.
I don't know. I think he was getting slated too much in England. I don't think it was.
I think that was just his haircut, though.
Yeah, to be fair.
Yeah. I mean,
it's just too easy for them to be shit.
Yeah.
And
isn't that the most? Isn't that
openly?
Isn't that the most cushiony job though? To be absolutely terrible at your job and still get a raise.
But then also they say, "Do you think you were right or not? Go check the TV and let us know if you think you were right or not." They go over to the TV, and they're like, "Yeah, I was right." They're not going to say they were wrong, you know, when check the sidelines TV.
I've seen a few that
I haven't seen one flip.
Have
you?
It's quite rare. I think I've seen like 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't think of one exactly, but
yeah,
I've definitely seen one. No. I was gonna try
credible sources.
No. I've definitely seen one. Watch, it'll come to me in 20 minutes.
Isn't the whole point of the V.A.R. on the screen to make sure that you're never wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
even if you was wrong on the pitch,
well,
you can go over there and change it.
Well,
say, look, and then you've got that excuse that in real time it's difficult to see, which it is for everybody. You know, we see the decisions because we watch 3 or 4 replays.
Exactly.
So we're certain when it happens.
That's the thing. Don't call it VAR. video analyst, video assisted referee. Call it never wrong.
Yeah.
And that's when you'll get your highest scrutiny, and that's when you need to prove yourself. Yeah, because V.A.R. you could just be like,
stop calling them linesmen. Your referee's assistant. When you don't fucking assist them at all, because you wait even for throw-ins, you wait to see which way he's pointing.
Yeah.
Before you flag up.
Yeah.
Referee's assistant. The amount of times I had arguments over that. Referees.
Well, how many foul throws do you see nowadays?
Yeah.
And how wasn't it? That's part of the linesman job as well as the referee, but it's more of the linesman
That's
job.
all they've got left to do now. They don't have to put the flag up for offside. It's that they're going to give them toy flags next and say, just
squeaky toys. Yeah.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Not the worst of it though, because look, let's admit it. Players don't help. Why is this the only sport in the world where you're allowed to cheat and win?
Yeah.
It's the only sport in the world. If you was an athlete and you
It's
took
also the biggest sport in the world.
if you took steroids to win the race or to run faster or for further, you get banned. You get banned, fined, whatever. Why is it not in football? If this was the Wild West, they'd be getting fucking shot left, right, and centre, wouldn't they? If they were playing cards and found cheating,
Yeah.
that's exactly what they're doing. They're cheating to win games. And these commentators are saying, "Oh, they bought the foul."
Exactly. Yeah. Or he should have gone down there when he didn't.
You cheat. Let's get to it, Con. Fucking Grealish. Let's get to it. That's why we bought it. Honestly, God, you had the same idea.
I did.
Put this on the FBI because he's number one on the back.
I was
a couple of weeks ago.
I was telling you before.
The boy can play, can't he?
Yeah.
The boy looks like a footballer, acts like a footballer, and can actually play football. And he acts like such a prick.
Yeah.
Doesn't he? It's frightening. The West Ham fans this week on my Twitter, they've been going mental with it. And some even thanking me. You don't need to thank me for an ex-pro coming out and actually addressing the situation.
Yeah.
It should be addressed by everyone. The video shows of him collapsing in a heap. I said, everybody show it as often as you can until something's done about it.
Yeah.
Because it's the worst part of the game for me now. You can say the refs all you want. We know they're anyway. But the football is cheating.
Yeah, it's 10 times
There's no
worse.
other word for it.
Yeah.
It's cheating. And they get away with it. No other sport would that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Not only do they get away with it, but they also, not only do you get a dive, where if you dive or you get a penalty or anything, they're also doing the extra bit and trying to get them sent off.
Well, is that what he's doing? Is he trying to gain free kicks or is he trying to get people sent off? Because every time he does it, he looks over at the ref and gives him a number of how many times it's happened.
Yeah.
You know what the ref needs to do? Every number that Grealish gives him, be like, all right, that's how many times he's dove this game.
Well, it obviously is.
Yeah, exactly.
The game the other day was a disgrace.
Yeah.
Well,
after praising him for playing for England and that, and thinking, oh, you know what, he didn't do it really for England. And then he goes straight back into it.
Well, maybe
first he does, he's on the floor.
Well, that's the thing. Maybe that's how he feels. If he didn't have an outstanding game, maybe he wouldn't have dove this next game. But that doesn't really matter because he's like I won't ever speak good of him again. He's officially tainted his name because I saw what he is. He's a diving, cheating. I'm not gonna call him a name, but that's who he is. He dives and he cheats. And then he didn't.
He's a dive and cheat. Fill in the blank online.
Fill in the blank. Yeah. And he's gone and actually played a great game of football, thinking, oh, this is maybe him evolving, become a new player. Then he's gone back to himself. So no matter how many times he goes out in his career and does well and does what he did the last couple of weeks and the last couple of months, and be outstanding and not diving because he is strong. And throw people off the ball. I mean, look at Fornals thing. He threw Fornals off the ball, but still dove. Now, I'll forever think he's always going to go back to cheating when he's losing. That's his go-to. That's his safety net. Cheat.
It's ingrained, mate.
Exactly, yeah.
You never get away from it. It's ingrained. But the game lets him away with it.
Oh, I mean...
That's how you stop
yeah.
it. It doesn't matter if it's ingrained in him. The game should put a stop to it. The FA and the rules and the laws and the referees should put a stop to it.
I mean, I remember I was on the phone with you like 2 days ago, and we are talking about the dive against West Ham, and I've gone to look at it again from a different angle. I've looked up Jack Grealish, and it's come up with the related searches. And the second, it was like Jack Grealish, who does he play for? And then it was Jack Grealish, what product does he use in his hair? And then it was Jack Grealish, how much is he worth? And then like a few more, then it was Jack Grealish, does he dive or something like that? And it just showed like what people care about, you know, and it's just embarrassing.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, it's even more sour for me because we have been praising him, and we should have just stuck to our initial.
Yeah,
he was playing really well though.
We had to. That's why we're not biased, you know. Like,
look, at the end of the day, we talk about what's current, what's happened recent.
Yeah.
You know, like you say, it's him.
I mean, he's still young.
It's not going to be the last time. It's not going to be the last time he plays well and has a great game. It's not going to be.
That's what I'm saying.
You may go to Euros and win the
play
tournament.
out of skin, yeah.
But
I mean, easy.
It won't take that out of his game.
Exactly.
You know, it's the rules, the officials that has to take it out of his game.
You know what?
That has to change it.
You know what?
Because he obviously can't do it himself.
Exactly. Yeah.
And most players can't do it themselves. You know what gets me more than anything? That they laugh with each other.
Yeah.
And just as bad as that is when they complain when somebody else does it.
Yeah.
It just does it's like, what are you seeing? What do you when you wake up that morning of a game? Is it in your mind that today I'm exempt from being a fucking normal, honest human being?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to go out and cheat today, and then tomorrow when I wake up, I'll be back to normal.
Yeah.
Everything else in my life will be honest.
Do you?
Well, I was going to say, he's the Villa captain. How do you look at your captain and hear him squeal 7 times a game?
I tell you why, because you got McGinn, you got Trezeguet, you got Target.
Yeah.
Who else? There's about 5 or 6 of them in that team that do exactly.
I mean, if your captain does it, why wouldn't you?
He is leading by example, mate.
Exactly.
They're following on. He is leading by example.
I wanted to say this earlier, and he's Man United and all, but honestly, like, there needs to be someone like Roy Keane in charge of V.A.R. or in charge of or a separate section.
Yeah, but he's biased as shit.
Yeah, but I don't mind biased if he's fixing 90% of the game.
He's the only one on the telly that says it like it is.
He is until he says bad about Man United, but as soon as anyone else saes a bad word about Man United, he jumps all over them.
No, because I think he's protecting the legacy. I think he's protecting the legacy that he helped build.
Yeah,
and
but
he was one of
the other
the
week, Roy Keane said something about Pogba, and then Micah Richards literally just said the same thing, and he jumped all over Micah Richards.
I didn't see it.
Yeah,
because it's Man City, Man United.
Yeah,
mate.
but
okay, yeah.
That's biased.
Okay,
Look,
but
you know, I'm still like that. You mentioned Man United on
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I can't help myself. It's just in you. It's just the way it is. That's. I can say it, but you say it, and I'll jump down your throat.
Well, that's why I wouldn't. Yeah.
See that's what.
I mean, that's what the logic is.
Yeah.
But
I can say it because I played for them. I don't mean me. I mean Roy Keane, but he can say it about Man U because he played for them.
Well,
and you can't because you didn't. You don't know the club.
If I were to say anything,
it means more. It means more when Roy Keane hammers them.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like
You know?
I would literally say, other than Fergie, I know he didn't play for United, but I would say Pardon?
He did enough for them.
Yeah. Like Mr. Man United is Roy Keane. He does, but that's the sad thing. He doesn't sum up Man United, because I always say players that go to Man United, the second they put on the shirt, it's like,
yeah, he was a dick before he got there.
it was Roy Keane.
Not Forest.
Yeah. But he was a dick in the right way.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And you see interviews of him, and he's like, "I'm not Forest," and he's like, "I'd rather stay."
I'll tell you that he was a fantastic footballer.
Yeah, I mean, he had
a proper leader, you know.
He had Clough as his manager.
Yeah,
at
Brian
Forest.
Clough.
Yeah,
Clough and Fergie.
So imagine.
He doesn't always speak well of Fergie.
No,
I know he doesn't.
He had his run-ins with Fergie. He's not afraid to say it.
Because Fergie used to cheat and take advantage. I mean, that's why everyone's complaining. Everyone's comparing Klopp to Fergie, because he's saying he's trying to. I think it was Gary Neville or someone, or Jamie Carragher, one of the fucking two, was saying that he's trying to do the tactics, like psychological tactics that Fergie did, to where he's He's trying to like remember Fergie with the watch every fucking game.
Oh, they were saying, and we'll come on to this. I want to get to Klopp's rant. We'll go through the games first, but what Neville was saying, he played for a manager in Alex Ferguson that was always looking for the upper hand, the advantage for him and his team, and that's what Klopp is doing by talking about the 12:30 kickoff and all that. We'll get to that. We'll go through the games. Back to the dive-in though, and Grealish. Do you think it's players like Ronaldo with their skill but their knack for diving that definitely influence these people?
I wouldn't even
100%.
as much as Grealish, mate.
No, I'm saying he influenced.
I
used to hate that about him.
Yeah,
but that's the thing. Ronaldo's not going to dive if he's just taking on 4 players and he's got like 30 yards of room and the goal in front of him. Grealish would.
These divers know if they lose the ball, that's when they dive. And Grealish is going to have lost the ball before Ronaldo, more than Ronaldo has. That's what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying,
You're saying Ronaldo has the skill to take on 4 players, so why would he dive?
Oh, no. Well, yeah, pretty much. Like, Ronaldo would, if he was, like, if he took on the keeper, if he took it around the keeper, he would stay on his feet to get the goal. And
he's
Grealish
got more of a hunger to go and score a goal, what he's saying. Ronaldo would have more of a hunger to go and the goal.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
But, like,
which is the right attitude.
There was times when he thought he was the best free kick taker in the world, and he would.
He still
go
thinks
down
that.
in an area where he would take a free kick.
So I've got a good stat. I've got a good stat here actually. You're gonna like this one. Ronaldo's career average free kick conversion rate is 6%. How much do you think the Premier League overall conversion rate is?
3%.
I said the same exact thing, but as soon as I said it, I realized how wrong I was.
9.2%.
Yeah, it's more. Yeah.
Ronaldo's is 6%. The Premier League is 9.2%. So that's how shit he is at free kicks.
I thought, like, the way I thought about it is exactly the same reason I realized about it. I thought because of how shit the Premier League is, but then I realized it is shit, and he's just shitter at taking free kicks.
Yeah. Ward Prowse is about 15%.
We had that stat. It was
but another
12%, I think.
Was it? Yeah.
I think
okay.
Another stat that we were talking about, and I not that I hate praising him, even though I do because of all the cheating, but about Ronaldo being 35, all the
two leading goal scorers in Serie A right now are a combined age of 74.
Yeah.
Right.
Ibra and Ronaldo, and then it showed a stat of, I think Ronaldo's 36 or 35 right now, and it showed a stat of all these legendary
36.
players at whatever age is
36.
whatever age is at right now and what they're doing. The likes of Zidane, Pirlo, Xavi, Iniesta, all them.
Yeah, but Ronaldo's he's an athletic
specimen.
Phenomenon, isn't he?
Yeah.
So,
but that's what I hate. You got to give him credit, but he would have done this in any sport. Football is so complex that you can't just stick to athleticism. Considering, look at the likes of, everyone's, he's passed away in that, and I don't think he was the best ever. And I'm not trying to be sour or anything. I do think Cruyff was better than him. I do think he was like the 3rd or 4th, but Maradona. 5'5", Messi 5'5", around that size. They're not the most athletic specimens, and Maradona's better than Ronaldo. At least five times better than Ronaldo.
I think he was the best of all time. When I think about it, I think he was the best of all time.
You think he's better than Cruyff?
Yeah, and I love Cruyff, mate.
See, I don't. That's the thing. I try not to be biased at all, and I think
targeted like Maradona was.
You don't think he was what?
I don't think he was targeted like Maradona was in the game. I think Maradona took a hell of a lot more stick than Cruyff did, and still came through it and still did it. He just.
But they're also playing they're
different types of players.
Exactly, yeah.
But overall, the impact that they had in world football, I would still say Maradona.
But you can't say the impact on world football because Ronaldo's had. They're
talking about Cruyff.
I am, but I'm saying Ronaldo has had a bigger impact on football than Messi. because no one tries to play like Messi. Everyone tries to play like Ronaldo. You know, and you can't just go off on biggest impact because Maradona did what Messi did and go around players.
Easier to play like Ronaldo than Messi though, because
my point exactly. Like,
he was more about looking good than being good.
Yeah.
Although he was good and is good, it was more about the look and the, you know.
Well, I like as
the flash,
innovative as Maradona was. I think that's not like I think that's natural ability, like what Messi has. You know, like you could say natural ability, or you could say he worked his balls off more than anyone else, and he just figured out the key. But I think with football, I think Cruyff improved the game more than Maradona did, and that's why I hold him higher.
I think you've got Maradona because he still did it full of beer and drugs.
Yeah, I mean, no. That's why I like him. So I don't know. I mean,
he lived his life.
Yeah,
and was still the highest.
But also he was. I forgot. I think it was Pele that was just saying it. He was in front of the cameras. He was one of the best. I mean, same with Messi. He was one of the best players in the world at 20 years old. So he always had. He had that rock star life, and that.
Let me ask you this:
point, you know,
would you stop anything you're doing if you knew there was a Portugal game on and Ronaldo was playing?
No.
If he was in the form that he gets in, and you know the form he gets in, where he's literally absolutely unstoppable.
Well,
he's hit or miss.
But that's what I'm saying. When he's hitting,
I would stop anything to watch Maradona play for any team against anyone.
Oh yeah, no, but you just said Ronaldo. You just do that with Ronaldo. Oh yeah, no, I'm not comparing. Sorry, I'm not comparing Ronaldo and Maradona's in skill. I think Ronaldo doesn't even fit in the first 50, 75 best players of all time, and I think Maradona's like third or fourth. I'm not comparing them to skill wise like that. Like I know what you mean. Like I think Maradona was like a mix between Messi and Ronaldo.
I mean, you're bringing them. You were bringing in the comparison, saying Maradona wasn't he didn't have the physique that. Ronaldo literally feeds.
No. I'm not trying to compare Maradona to Ronaldo. I'm comparing Maradona to Cruyff.
Right, I know, but I'm just saying. We were talking about how long Ronaldo played for, what Ronaldo's doing at 36, and then you brought up Maradona. What Ronaldo's doing is no alcohol ever.
Oh yeah.
No drugs, nothing. I know, yeah. So I mean, he could play till he's 45.
Yeah, I know, but that's mental discipline.
Drugs bit is a good thing.
Sorry.
I'm not saying the drugs bit.
No, I know.
But also,
he lived his life, you know.
Yeah.
But also, Ronaldo was in the limelight since he's been 18.
Yeah, but that's just. I mean, who knows you know.
That's just. I think it's personal smarts.
I don't know the upbringing of Ronaldo, but I know Maradona came from like nothing. Yeah. You know, I mean, it's like child actors, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, it's just.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to go into his personal life or what he did after. Like, you can say anything. Like, look at Cantona. You could say those 10 months he got banned. What he was gonna complete, like that could have ruined his career, and it should have. But then he comes back and scores the winner in the FA Cup final against Liverpool. That's what proves what a great player is. It's not what you do in the short times, like what Grealish did for a little bit. That's not a great player. Anyone could have a little spell. You know, like look at Torres. I hate to say it, but Torres had 8 years of just pure brilliance, but he's never going to be up there with the greats or up there with even the best strikers ever, no matter his stats or whatever, because he just couldn't continue it. Mm-hmm. You know, and.
Well, look, anybody who leaves any sort of lasting memory or legacy like that is.
Oh yeah, you know, no, I'm not. See, I hate that I said that. I hate that
it's not easy sport to be that highest level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not many footballers that go through, still give a good account and have great careers, but are really not noticed. You know?
Yeah.
Because there is them other players around that people don't stop talking about. And it does my head in now with Villa. They bought a couple of players, and it's still Grealish.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, Barkley's been playing better.
Every time it's Villa playing, it's him and somebody else. And that would do my fucking head in if I was a Villa player.
Yeah.
It would, honestly.
Because he was in the squad last season that almost got relegated. So something's different.
He did that whole, I'm not going to say anything because I think I'm going to United. And then when the deal fell through, it was, oh no, I've always been a Villa man, and it's characteristics that.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to the weekend games then. What was the biggest surprise result that came out of it?
I think people would say, I don't know, initially Fulham at Leicester, but Leicester have lost to West Ham at home.
Yeah.
As well. Liverpool Brighton maybe. Which I predicted a Brighton win. I had a feeling something was going to go down with Liverpool. They lost to Atalanta.
Yeah.
In the week, and obviously with the injuries they have, I just felt Brighton have been playing some decent football, and that they may have opened Liverpool up, because I've seen them play well against Chelsea at home and lose. Seen them play well against Man United at home, and I think they lost that one as well, didn't they? It was a last-minute penalty.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Something like that. But the home record this season has looked bad, but I didn't believe it was as bad as it looked.
Yeah.
And then obviously I don't know what happened with Mopé. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah. It's like he was like, we're not going to win this, so I'm going off.
It's like he was sulking, you know what I mean? I mean, let's say we're doing him an injustice and there was an injury, you'll find out if he's involved in the next game or whatever.
A tweak.
But it just seemed like his anger was more aimed at the penalty when he was walking off. The camera showed him walking off. It was more aimed at that than actually, is he injured?
Yeah.
Now, I may be completely wrong, because he may be out for 2-3 weeks, and if that's the case, I'll hold my hand up. But you could see in his body language after he missed the penalty. I don't...
He could have been injured before the penalty, to be fair. I'm not saying that's why he's missed it.
The other thing that I noticed from that game, you've got Jurgen Klopp complaining, moaning about how many games they play. And obviously Salah didn't get the memo, because when he got taken off, he wasn't happy.
Yeah.
And to watch players sulk like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, Mopé did...
Brighton lad did it as well, the lad who came off. The Connolly, is it?
I think so, Connolly.
Oh,
I feel
the
like
young kid.
I remember that,
Mopé did that a lot last season, so I don't believe he's injured. I mean, if he is, it's coincidence. Mopé did it,
Well, maybe you call him Mopey now.
That's what I just said. But
I was going to say that.
Quietly,
I was going to say that, but I didn't want to bring myself down to that level.
But it was great.
No, you said it, yeah.
I must admit, the it wasn't a hate result like you would have done it to put Liverpool to lose. I just had I mean, it was about full, and I was wrong.
Yeah.
Because I did 2-1 Brighton, but I was wrong. But I had a feeling something was going to happen.
You're close.
I'm happy that it did.
Yeah.
Because it brought the leaders back.
I mean,
City.
Yeah.
Back to West Ham now. Sorry.
Yeah.
Back to West Ham, sitting in fifth place.
I mean, I would say the most predictable result of the weekend, or not predicting it before the game, but as the game was going on, was United.
You think so?
Bringing it back.
It wasn't City for the third time in a row at home, 5-0.
Fourth time in a row. And that's a Chelsea fan telling you that.
Yeah.
Fourth time.
Oh, okay. Third in the league then.
Oh, it must get confusing winning that much 5-0.
Yeah, I mean, we had 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, 6-0.
No, but we actually didn't watch the United game live, and we were actually at a driving range, and we're sitting there, and we're like, all right,
yeah, it was 2-0. 2-2 at the 90th minute. I'm like, all right, I'm good. Yeah. That's what I put.
2-1, yeah, and 2-2, and then it's like, we put the phone down, and we're like, watch. We're not even going to touch the phone until the Chelsea-Spurs game, and we looked right before, it was 3-2, and we're like...
Good finish, though, Cavani, I must admit. That winning goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that first header, the reaction he had as well was pretty good.
He's a great finisher, but he's also a terrible finisher.
Yeah.
I'll never understand Cavani. He could be one-on-one with the keeper and completely put it out for a throw-in, and he can go do stuff like that.
I like Cavani a lot. I think that was a great signing.
He destroyed Chelsea for years.
My only
we
surprise
wanted
with that game was United didn't get a penalty.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. That's what we thought the last one was until we saw it.
Yeah.
But 3-2, Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah. Going to City's 5-0 win. Why does Sean Dyche play the same way against City? Does he just know he's gonna
Probably, yeah.
Taking 5 off your goal difference is huge for a team that's gonna be fighting relegation. You know?
Look.
Who's their next game though?
Who, Burnley?
Yeah. Do you put the energy in?
Well, he played all his players, didn't he?
Yeah, I know. You have to not.
They play
get
Everton at home.
Exactly. That they could win that game.
But they'd won their first game the game before, hadn't they?
I believe so.
Beat Palace 1-0, was it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
They got
They
their
had an
first.
upset at Palace. Yeah.
Look. You still go. I think it's more important for him to try and get his structure right for future games.
Yeah.
You go to the Etihad and it's going to be what it's not like he came out and said, "Oh, we're going to attack." You know.
Mm-hmm.
I just think City found the stride, like we said they were going to.
Yeah.
They found a stride, and if you think about it, 5 goals and Jesus didn't get any, did he?
No.
Mahrez hat-trick, 3 good goals.
Yeah, Mendy got that one and Torres got one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
look, we're talking about City finding a stride, and
yeah, I mean, I don't want to get carried away, you know, but
no, but look, certain games and certain performances, certain results, you know, do things for the confidence of a team anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't like the fact that the commentator during the Champions League game said in the last 2 games, I think it was Olympiacos and Porto, they created 40-odd chances and scored 1 goal.
Yeah.
That doesn't bode well for me. But,
right.
But there's no fear because they went and got 5 against Burnley. So
yeah, the commentator was, I mean, really getting on my nerves anyway.
And this is what we were talking about, the lack of goals.
Yeah.
And the fact that if Aguero and Jesus don't score,
he's been out that long, yeah.
then where are the goals going to come from?
Yeah.
And
yeah, look, Torres not a striker. Sterling's not a footballer. So,
I mean, look, 0-0 tops the group. Like, we went through top of the group. Porto went through second.
I mean, the last 4 games.
Porto defender. But I'll tell you what, mate, their keeper was
goalie.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
fantastic. Yeah,
he was the one who stood out for me of their players.
Yeah, Corona. Yeah.
His name's Jimenez.
Just 19.
Yeah, but
and he ended up taking him off.
Yeah.
So the thing, mate, to get back on track, and now it's only a game in hand. People are saying, "Oh, they're in 13th or whatever." Now it's only a game in hand.
11th, no?
10th.
Yeah,
11th. 11th
game.
Yeah.
So now it's a case of, okay, now if they win the game in hand at 3 points, they go up to 4th. 3 points behind the leaders, you know. So
yeah, it's close. I want to see it happen because I mean, you know, so the Burnley game. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to get carried away. I was a little excited watching the goals going because it reminded me of the last couple seasons. But you know, the Porto game, it was. I don't know. I mean, we made a lot of chances. It's just like kind of toothless again, you know.
Easily 5-0 though.
Yeah, but I just think, you know, I had a thought. It's like, you know how.
You just didn't have anyone to finish.
Well, here's how I feel, and I might be wrong, and you know, I'm extremely happy Pep resigned because I want to see what he can do and where he can take us. I think Pep cares more. Like, you can relate to this. Like, an artist cares more about the process than the end finish, than the end result. Sometimes I feel Pep cares more about the process, the build up, than the actual finishing of it, and that may just be down to not having fit strikers, but it just seems like to me
I just think he knows when all the pieces are in place,
right,
that it'll be fine.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So I think he's got an extra strong belief in the way he plays and the way he wants his players to be and his formations, and I think he's got an extra strong belief in it and knows that when it clicks, because football is a confidence game, mate. It doesn't matter how good you are. You get on these little runs, and it just carries on snowballing.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. You don't look. They've got the good fortune. Let's say it's not fortune. It is ability to not fear anybody. Mm-hmm. They can go to Anfield and still play their regular game and say, okay, 7 times out of 10 we'll get a result.
Yeah.
At Anfield, that's the worst you can be. They'll go anywhere else and say 9 times out of 10 if we play to our strengths. Look, you look at the Tottenham game, take that for instance. I still don't see that as being bad. We just didn't finish.
Yeah.
We didn't really create. Like I said, we lacked a little bit of venom, a little bit of that killer instinct. But don't forget, you've got players coming back from injury that need to find that sharpness, that awareness again.
Yeah.
Whereas if things change, once you're without your goal scorers, the rest of it changes.
Yeah.
People are doing different things.
Well,
But two big things I want to know, and this is Pep's problem to figure out, which he hasn't figured out yet, and one of them's been lingering. So company leaving, right? I know we filled that hole with Ruben Diaz, and I think he's gonna get there. He could even get there within the next season or so. He seems like a really solid centre back, and Stones is back as well. And Stones honestly looked great both games he started.
Good, yeah.
He just looked solid. He looked confident. He didn't look like he was making mistakes. The second problem that Pep needs to fix is replacing David Silva with this. It's easy enough to say, yeah, you've got Foden, you've got Bernardo Silva, you've got Gundogan, whoever. But David Silva played a role that Pep Guardiola needs to adapt to, the hole there. And I mean, we can analyze it upside down and inside out, but to me, Bernardo Silva's just been extremely quiet. Just for some reason, I don't.
Quality though.
He's still extremely quality, but playing him on the right wing, I don't know. I mean, I like him better out there, but he was still quiet against Porto. Foden is, to me, and I can go on about this for days. Foden's gonna be world class in my eyes, but he's just not. It's like Pep's still playing as if David Silva was there. There's a hole in the midfield of like this of the little dink balls over the top that Gundogan likes to play, but Gundogan doesn't have the not the vision, but he just doesn't.
The brain.
Yeah, it's just.
But why can't Bernardo Silva slip into David Silva's role and then Foden slip into Bernardo Silva's role?
They could, but
it just seems like they don't want to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't really like. I don't mind Foden out on the right. It just
no. If you have your best starting 11, you have Mars out on the right, and then you have your playmakers in the middle. Like Bernardo Silva was filling a gap. If Myers was injured or not.
Yeah.
And he proved himself to be better.
I think, look, but if you have Bernardo Silva and next to De Bruyne, then yeah, I think that's the most. I'm not saying we need to recreate the David Silva company,
Look, he hasn't been.
But you can.
Bernardo Silva hasn't been given that run or that confidence.
Exactly, yeah.
To actually feel like that.
Yeah.
Every game he plays, you see him getting better again. And
yeah,
exactly, yeah.
Players have spells when they're left out for a little bit, or they're getting 10 minutes here and there. It affects them personally. So mentally.
And you're also forgetting that David Silva came to the Premier League.
Been without Aguero. Don't forget how much.
Yeah.
But we've
how smart he is.
But we've been without Aguero when David Silva was there. We played De Bruyne up front. We've done well with Sterling up front. It's just there's something else that's just not the second to last pass before the goal isn't happening. The goal isn't happening, but I think it's the second to last.
It won't though. That's not saying it won't with these same players.
No, I know it won't, but that's the problem Pep has to figure out.
But,
and I'm not writing off Bernardo Silva. I think he's incredible.
Of course. Yeah.
And I love
David
Phil
Silva
Foden.
was
Is
just
incredible.
that special.
I'm just saying, Pep walked into a team and he had a job to do. I mean, look at what he did to Delph at left back. He did, and look what he's done to Mahrez.
Zinchenko had a great run.
Yeah.
Kyle Walker. Yeah, exactly. So I'm not saying things need to drastically change. I'm just saying if Pep was to sit there and say, I've got these problems right now, to me, with Company, we lost that leadership in the dressing room. I think we're getting it back a little bit with Ruben Diaz, and he's going to slot into that role as he's more comfortable at the club. He seems that type of character. But I just think there was a hole left, another hole by David Silva, and I know you can't fill it overnight. I'm just saying the fix is not playing two defensive midfielders. The fix is not playing Fernandinho next to Rodri or Fernandinho next to Gundogan. Doesn't do it for me at all in the squad. But Fernandinho next to Rodri with that double pivot shit, it just doesn't work. You need two creative midfielders in there.
Yeah, you should only.
And I love both those players.
A lead.
Yeah, I love both Fernandinho and Rodri.
All right, well, don't forget, what he's going to look at is the bigger picture. He's going to look at, we've got a brand new centre-back, two brand new centre-backs who've come in.
Right.
So now there's got to be something just to give them that little bit of extra cover, maybe while they settle in, while they get used to the City way.
Yeah.
But, you don't want them, you get them exposed straight away. Confidence.
They could end up like stones, yeah.
So maybe this is why he's doing it. Plus you got to realise that You've just said something about Sean Dyche. Why did Sean Dyche not change it up? Because every time he goes there, Leicester changed it up.
Right.
Other teams are changing it up. So it's not a case of us, we still can't find it. Other teams are playing a little bit tighter against us. Even the likes of Leicester, who were very expansive in football, you know. So maybe it's other teams looking at them as well. And maybe they're just not getting the space that they've got.
Yeah.
Maybe I just don't think they're moving the ball as fast as they have been over the last couple of seasons.
Yeah.
I think there's enough. There's as many options on straight away. Maybe that's something to do with this strange season, with the indifferent. People say short pre-season. How's it short break if you get 3 weeks, 4 weeks off? That's what it really is anyway. It actually came to the point where your team said, train through the summer, I want you fit for when you come back.
Yeah.
So you carried on working through the summer. Didn't do you any harm. So when they say, I think it's an indifferent season, you know, it's not. Now these internationals are thrown in. You know, the games are coming thick and fast. It's a case of, does he have as much time on the training field anymore? Maybe. You know, there's probably a lot of things in the equation. And look, he may have the extensive knowledge up here and just can't get the players into the routine. They have time on the field to get everybody there that he wants.
Well, that was his whole first season there was like that, wasn't it? It was, and like, don't get me wrong. I know I sound like I'm complaining about Pep. I'm 100% not. It's just, if, you know, we're in 11th place. There's problems. I'm not the one to solve them. I'm just saying. I can
solve it.
I'm just
trying. The first problem is we've played a game less than everyone else.
Okay, first, which I mentioned. Which I mentioned a couple of weeks.
What do you want to be in? Sixth?
Yeah, in fourth place, 3 points.
Okay, which I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, and
still have to win that game.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Look, I'm happy that we fixed, or we're working on the defensive issues, right? I'm happy Pep's looking at that and working on the defensive issues. I'm just saying something's obviously changed, and you got to look at the variables that
I know
changed.
what your biggest problem is.
What is it?
And you're gonna hate that I'm saying this. You could only rely on him when you had all those players in form, and
Ron who?
Sterling.
Yeah.
If you want to build up this squad again, he's got to go. He's not someone that you can rely on to fit into your formation, to be the final product, clearly, because he can't score a fucking one-on-one to save his life. He is someone that needs world-class players around him. And yeah, he is a footballer. I know I say he shouldn't do football. Even though
I mean, look, if someone would have said to me, you can keep Sterling or Sane, I would have kept Sane.
Are you joking me?
Every day.
Zinchenko.
Well, that's a bit ridiculous.
Sterling can't fit in Pep's living in the moment.
I don't know why I'm humoring this.
Pep's living in the moment, and he sees Sterling getting all. What, you got 17,
but look,
18 goals last
I think
season?
once it all clicks,
you can't not play him because he scored.
Right.
But you have to not play him
now
because
he's
he
not
doesn't fit.
But now he's not
system.
scoring.
Exactly. So you make him captain, and
but
you
now
put him
who do we play? You know,
a shoe. Anyone else but Sterling. Honestly, he ruins everything. Every time he gets the ball, he slows down the play.
Think once it all clicks,
fucks it all up. He can't cross. He can't shoot.
He looked good against Porto. He looked the sharpest he's been against Porto
until he got the ball.
Yeah, but I mean,
he can do things. He can do things.
Just to backpedal on myself, I do think once it all clicks, Sterling's going to start scoring again.
Because Sterling needs the team to click. Sterling can't be the one that goes out and does it.
Right.
Because he's shit. You know, like
you should look to him for that now. He's given the captain's armband.
But no, you shouldn't, because he's never been that player.
Well, it's not happening. But
he's City's downfall.
Should be somebody. Everybody, can he now step up?
No,
because he's been. Look, you can't get away from. We've said it. You can't get away.
He had his best season of his career last season.
Goal scoring and his assist record. You can't get away from it.
Right.
You can break it down though.
Is he the type of player now that's going to step up and carry the team? I don't believe he is, neither.
No.
I don't believe he is. Anyway,
I started laughing when I saw him with the captain on.
What's that?
Have you done with City yet?
Yeah, that was. I mean, I've got a few.
You've got to throw it in about won the group in the Champions League.
Let me just get through a few more notes and then we'll move on. Let me get through a few more notes. I've got a Chelsea note as well. Pep's now managed more games for City than he has for Barca. 249 games for City versus 247 for Barca.
He didn't have the adversities at Barca and Bayern that he does now.
Right,
but I'm saying people don't.
So let me touch on his points per match. For City, it's 2.32. For Barca, it was 2.36. So not far off, you know.
Harder league.
Yeah, harder league, and he's
and he had Messi.
Another thing, yeah, exactly. Which, yeah, hopefully he does next season. But,
as well, yeah.
Pep also said if the players think that they've been rested because I'm rotating, they've made a big mistake. He's getting a bit gritty with the players, saying he's not leaving them out as rotation. He's leaving them out because they're not focused or up to it.
Good to appreciate his honesty.
Yeah, I do too, because he's always been sort of comforting to the players, in my opinion.
When they needed it. But now they need a fucking fire in their ass. Not in their ass.
Well, that's because he set his sights so high, he's not going to accept it.
Right. Yeah.
He's not going to accept it, and nobody's safe.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Rightfully so.
Which is a good thing.
Because his job isn't safe.
Well,
you know, it is, but it isn't, you know?
No, but
we just signed a new contract.
Yeah, I know, but all it takes for them to finish 11th.
Look, it just goes to show that he still has that fire there, and he's not just coasting.
He forever will. Like, he could have the most unlucky season. City get relegated. They'll fire him. He'll go to PSG or someone and win 3 Champions Leagues in a row.
Yeah, I mean that's
Hopefully
not going to happen.
But he's the smartest man in football
I just love that he's managed more games for City than Barca. There's something about
that. Why
that.
aren't you representing?
I'm wearing this shit. I'm wearing this shitty shirt.
Top of the league. At least you're top of the league.
That's true.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, Tottenham are top of the league.
Well, what a game that was as well, by the way. It was that good.
Mourinho.
I heard how shit it was.
Yeah.
Both managers saying they were the better team and deserved to win.
One of the only times I would agree with Frank Lampard.
And did you seen the game then, Con?
Yeah, we watched it. We're at
Of course, that's
Jose
the biggest game
went back to
Chelsea
his old
right now.
parking space. Did he?
Yeah, he saw his name.
Name on the parking space.
He dusted it off. Yeah. He's something else. He's the equivalent of a cheater and a diver.
I score nothing.
Yeah.
Whatever, they can't win the league. Tottenham can't win the league. They don't have.
I would have anyone else.
They don't have the stomach to win the league.
They have on paper.
Chelsea might do a Leicester.
No.
That's what it would feel like if Chelsea won.
No. If Chelsea won, if Chelsea won, they're doing a Chelsea, where everyone else is kind of shit. To where like, hold on, except we had Drogba then, but it's like, hold on, we can actually do this, and then we'll go ahead, be top of the league.
2 games left, you still won't be saying it.
Well, yeah, no, but that'll be the thing.
And you'll be top.
Yeah, for the whole season we'll be at the top, and the last couple of games we'll lose against the relegated teams that already relegated teams, and we'll leave it to the last second. Yeah.
Hey, but on top of that 0-0 draw with Spurs, it means Edouard Mendy has now kept more clean sheets than any other goalkeeper in the Premier League this season.
And he's not...
Which was Chelsea's... It was an issue with Chelsea, wasn't it?
He isn't the best. He's just better than the other one that he had.
Yeah.
Kepa? Yeah. I just think he's taller. I don't think he's better. I think he's taller. It's like Courtois. Like Courtois he's bang average keeper, but he's just 6'7". So
hey, just the last point on Europe, by the way, before we go back to West Ham.
Yeah,
I'm really looking forward to the Europa League final between Real Madrid and Man United.
That's I've been saying that. I've been saying that since today. That there was a joke.
The final is shitbags.
Yeah, there was a joke brewing. I know I've told you that. I said it right after the game. I'm like, what do you think about Madrid? You just stole my joke. It's pretty much what I'm saying. Hey, but
so, let's talk about 5th in the league.
Yeah. I mean, look, West Ham deserve it. I mean,
they deserve it more than anyone else.
We spoke about how they would do coming out of that run of tough games, and you know how those games really mattered. They were in the past. What do you do now? Beating Aston Villa is no short feat, you know.
Can I be honest though? I mean, look, when I look at the league table, it makes me smile. You know, and I know it's
me too.
I know it's Donald Trump's fake news, fake league, whatever it is. It's they're 5th, but But if I'm completely honest, there wasn't one real bit of football played. Honestly,
Yeah.
you know, I sat there through the game, and Fabianski never took one short goal kick. He threw the ball out once. He rolled it out. He threw it out once to Soufal, and he ran 30 yards with it down the right side. Checked back, passed it back, and it ended up back with Fabianski.
Yeah.
Who booted it long. Now look, we can go for, do you want points or do you want performance, or do you want? I just want to see a little bit more football played. I couldn't understand what was going on in the first half. I don't know whether Antonio got taken off injured or whether he just switched it up. But he started off down the middle with Fornals and Bowen. Fornals on the left. And for some reason, Fornals ended up down the middle for about 20, 25 minutes.
I just think he gets lost.
And Antonio drifted left.
Yeah.
No, you could see that they made them switch and stay there.
Yeah.
Whatever reason. But we didn't attempt to play out from the back. We sat in, and I talked about it's okay sitting in and becoming a counter-attacking team. But not against Aston Villa at home. Not against Fulham. You know, you've got to have another string to your bow. You're not going to... Look, Villa missed a pen and had a late goal, very late goal disallowed for offside. You know, they could have threw the game away and didn't. So I know sometimes you need that little bit of luck also. But I at least want to see some football played. Just even if it's like a couple of 5-minute spells, know it's what they're trying to do. Even if it goes long. Every kick was long, and it was a challenge. You know?
Do you...
I can't help but being a little bit disappointed. I don't know if West Ham fans will be disappointed in me for saying this or talking like this, but it wasn't good to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the result any day of the week if you say, you know what, it was a one-off and you still have to find a way to win games. But it's now been 3 games.
Yeah.
And I want to praise them coming through that spell and finding a way, because I did say the hardest thing for them to do is to now find wins against these teams. Now, if they go and play another big team and step up again like they do and we talked about, then fine.
Yeah.
But I don't think you should be getting dominated by Aston Villa.
I mean, they've got Man United next, which is a good...
It might be the best thing for them, yeah.
Yeah, I think they can beat United.
I think they can beat United.
At home.
If United don't have the right ref.
Anyone. I think right now they can beat anyone.
Mm-hmm.
But I just want to see a bit more, you know? Okay, it's nice. You know, when they're sitting down there fighting relegation, I don't give a shit as long as they win, as long as they survive. And then now it may be because, okay, they're sitting in 5th. Maybe now I'm a little bit more comfortable within them and the way I feel about them, that now I'm maybe getting a bit greedy and saying I want more.
It's not greedy. It's not greedy. They're a Premier League team. They need to perform.
No, but do you think every time they go out there, David Moyes has in the back of his mind last season, the ending of last season?
No, because they finished the season well when they came back after the break.
But
except for the last game.
They grazed the bottom, didn't they?
Yeah.
I mean, well, the last game the league was over.
Shit.
But they didn't play it all the last game, and it was a little bit similar, I think.
Yeah.
Except they got the result.
But he's obviously gone into this thinking it doesn't matter who we play, just need to scrape as many points in the beginning of the season, you know? So we're up there, because now, you know, they could go on a choppy run, and then they're not going to. I mean, I'd put money on West Ham not getting relegated. You know what I mean? Like they've created this cushion for themselves.
No, I think they'll go out being hard to beat.
Right. So what I'm saying though, they we've been talking about this a little bit. So same formation that's been working, if that's what you call it, right? Because it's been getting the points. The 5 at the back, they're just sort of like the static, same substitution, 65th minute or whatever. There's going to be a point where it's going to where Moyes is hopefully going to feel comfortable enough to switch it up and inject some creativity into the team. So he's just building that. But that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And you're talking about someone that had the Man United job when Man United were just at their best.
But what you're saying is you'd like to see that right now. The creativity, the football.
Yeah, but even going back to the Leicester performance, it wasn't just a smash and grab. When they broke, they broke moving the ball, and there was movement and penetration, and I think even like Declan Rice didn't look like he was willing to break forward. Well, obviously he can't, because every time they do get a little bit of possession, Souček pushes further up.
Yeah.
Because when the ball is knocked long, which is the majority of the play, he's up there trying to win headers. He's supposed to be a holding midfield player, so I don't really know what his role is. And I spoke to the West Ham podcast a few days ago with Frank McAvenny, and we were talking about it, and saying he's Moyes' new Fellaini, but somebody said he's box to box. Now, box to box is getting involved in this here in your own half, and then getting in.
That's the biggest compliment you could give a midfielder.
It's not box to box if you jog around till it goes forward and then you go for it. I just don't believe he gets involved in the game enough. And I did say on that podcast, I think when they find somebody better, they will replace him.
Yeah.
Him and Fornals.
Yeah.
Of course,
I've said it in the past.
I mean, he would have got replaced, I'm sure, if he didn't do what he did at the end of last season. That little.
They might not have signed him if he hadn't got the 2 goals.
He was on loan, wasn't he?
They may not have signed him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think they would have. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you have to sign him.
Look, he's scoring goals. It's like, I mean, I think David Moyes right now is
a clueless box to box midfielder.
David Moyes is holding tight. This has been working. If it's not broken, why it doesn't need fixing?
But no, don't get me wrong, mate. I'm happy with results, and if you look, the last 3 games has yielded 9 points against the sides that I said I was more worried about. Mm-hmm. The lesser teams,
right?
In fact,
the scrappy ones.
So they've done everything, but don't forget 2 of them games are at home. Yeah. That's the thing that I'm looking at. 2 of them are at home, and and I know it's been awkward there, but now with no fans there, no pressure, maybe I don't want to see them scraping wins against teams like that.
Yeah.
Teams like that. They went out and dominated Wolves 4-0. Playing a certain way. Why can't they now do that against your Villas and Fulhams? I didn't see it.
Yeah.
And I'm not worried. Don't get me wrong. I'm not worried, and I have no thought of a relegation battle this season. And I have said that they have a squad to be competing for top 6.
Yeah.
And I've said it for the last 2 or 3 seasons. If they do that this season, I'd like to see them do it with a little bit more style than they did on Monday. Mm-hmm. That's all. Because to let a team like Villa come to your house and sort of dominate you in a football sense,
who should have been relegated,
it doesn't look good. I mean, look, you can even look now and say, for the first so many games, Villa were up there, and now they're sitting in 9th or whatever, and West Ham are 5th.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at it like that, and you're only looking at the league table, fine, it looks great.
No problems.
But for me, I'm let's say I'm a bit greedy. I do want to see more football, more penetration, more attack-minded stuff, without the one long ball from the keeper's kick or whatever it was on Monday. Mm-hmm. It just wasn't nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Inside, I'm happy. Inside, it's a win, and okay, them missing a penalty and the last injury time goal being cancelled out. Couldn't have been happier Monday. I just want to see more football because it was a little bit worrying.
Mm-hmm. What? Sorry.
I'm done.
Did I just kill the punchline?
I'm done. The league table looks good, actually.
Yeah. I will go on record right now and say in my predictor I'm going to do 2-1 West Ham. So if you guys want to follow
not
suit.
do that because you've been losing the last couple, then yeah.
I do just want to move on and we don't talk a lot about Arsenal, but this is quite funny.
Rightfully so, though.
We spoke about Roy Keane. And I just want to quote Roy Keane about Arsenal. He said, "I think they'll have enough to stay up. I still think they'll be strong enough to stay in the division."
See, that's him being biased.
How long? No.
That's NVMVR.
That was a tongue-in-cheek.
That was strictly at Patrick Vieira.
Yeah.
That was tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah.
But he did say, what have I been saying for as long as...
Yeah.
He said, them players aren't good enough.
Yeah.
And I've always said, them wins they had a little spell under Unai Emery. It was a false dawn.
Yeah. He's an idiot.
You know? And the same with Arteta. They went, oh, he's got everything right there. He's got it right. He's got it going on. No, he didn't.
Yeah.
And I've seen it. And being an Arsenal fan, I hated it every time somebody said it. Because at some stage it was going to catch up.
Yeah.
And it's catching up. And now all of a sudden these people on telly, they're the magicians, you know.
Yeah.
They're the ones. Now they're saying they're not good enough.
Yeah.
I've been saying it all season.
Just go back to last February, the first episode of 5 Pints In.
We had
Let's go and look.
Yeah.
And
we had a talk about Arsenal, and I just saw who was it? It was Paul Merson, I believe.
Oh yeah. Saying about Ozil coming back, that's what they need.
Yeah, I was telling you that, and I was like, I set up all of Arsenal's squad, and I completely forgot about
mascot outfit.
Pardon?
It's Gunnosaurus.
Yeah. You might as well put him in since Aubameyang and Lacazette haven't been scoring.
Yeah.
But I was saying, and I couldn't think, and I set up the whole Arsenal squad except for the midfield. And I completely forgot about
Ozil.
Thomas Partey.
Partey, yeah.
And
because we were talking about Xhaka and
not
Ceballos.
Yeah. And I said, and because it's
brilliant.
It's criminal. It's criminal that Lacazette doesn't play with Aubameyang. Like, yeah, Lacazette hasn't been scoring, but I mean, you can tell because Aubameyang's so outgoing and everything. You can tell when he's that much happier and that much more confident when Lacazette's on the pitch. It's like he has his best friend since childhood there, and he goes and.
It's not just that, mate. He's got a knowledge of the game because if Lacazette's out there as well, somebody's occupying other defenders.
Exactly.
Don't double up on Aubameyang.
Exactly. But when Lacazette doesn't play, he goes out wide.
When we miss Aguero, I think we miss that.
Yeah.
Defenders doubling up on Aguero. I think that's what. What?
There's your answer to what everybody else is doing. Other people get freed up when he occupies.
But what you were saying about, Unai Emery's idiot. It forever will be. I'm sorry, I don't care what he's done, accomplished with football. He just, the fact that you play Xhaka at all or Torreira is criminal. But Arteta, I thought Arteta was stuck with that. But Partey is absolutely, like Paul Merson was saying, you can't. Play.
It would free up Ozil, but Ozil, I don't believe in Ozil.
I think Ozil's still no. I think you don't take away creativity. You'll forever have.
Yeah, but he's lazy. He's a lazy shit.
And he'll forever be lazy. It's the same thing with Berbatov. You never take that. You don't take that away from the games. The best players like that, the most creative players, David Silva, De Bruyne. They control the tempo of the game. It's just De Bruyne and David Silva are fast tempo players. They're not. No. These players, Berbatov and
Ozil's lazy.
They're not lazy.
I'm telling you, he's lazy.
No.
If you end up on the ball in the left back position when your whole team's pushed forward.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, you saw him at Madrid at 19. 20. If he has
was when his career was going.
If he has if he has the right players around him, he's not lazy. If he knows he doesn't have to work
if he wanted to still play football, he wouldn't be at Arsenal anymore.
The problem.
Why? He's getting a fat paycheck every week. And what team right now could Ozil support?
I mean, anyone in the
that pays wages and take that risk.
Oh,
Ozil's
he's Gareth Bale.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who
exactly. I also don't believe in.
Why?
Prove it.
It doesn't play all year.
He hasn't played a full season in what 5 seasons? 5 seasons. Prove your worth.
He did. Some professional golfers are saying, "Oh, Gareth Bale is on par. He could be professional golfer."
Well, if he's on par, he's not that good, is he? He's just average.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's because he's had all the time off from football.
I know, but then look what he does. He comes on Champions League final, wins the fucking game. He scored.
Fine.
And
but he didn't get them to the final.
I know, but he proved. Yeah, I know, but they would have lost the final if Ramos didn't do what he did to Salah, and Bale didn't come on. Like Bale is
I think
always an impact. Ozil's always an impact if he has. If you give,
I think biggest problem here is the lad. Arsenal haven't had a back four for about 5 years.
Exactly, to where he's had to defend.
And now they don't have the ball as much. They're losing games, and when games get lost, the first people you look at is your creative players.
Exactly.
First people to get out because
same
you
thing
to
with
now they
what
went
happened with Sanchez
with a couple of fucking nuggets
exactly.
with Xhaka and Torreira.
Guendouzi.
Now then, and Guendouzi, yeah. Now
David
then,
Luiz.
Israel's not getting any service.
Mustafi.
Because these type of players, especially Granit Xhaka, drops into the left back position to get the ball with nobody near him, so he can pass it sideways again
and then point that
to
way.
give the ball away, where he's not in his normal position in the middle of midfield receiving it, so we can now feed the front.
That's literally what Ozil was doing the last game he played, dropping into left back.
Oh, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I know, because of how shit Arsenal have been.
If Ozil's your saviour, you've got no chance.
No.
Agreed.
No, I don't agree.
And if Bale's your savior, you've got no chance. All right. Well, anyway, I think I'm gonna save. I wanted to get to the Jurgen Klopp stuff with the game times and stuff, and I wanted to ask your opinion, but we're gonna save that for the next episode because we've done like an hour 30. So, what can we end on here?
Ballon d'Or.
What have we got?
How ridiculous! I mean, not ridiculous, but
what's going on with the Ballon d'Or?
They cancelled it.
They cancelled the Ballon d'Or what?
They cancelled the Ballon. Well, because 2020 wasn't. They couldn't. They felt like they couldn't say one player did well enough because so many months were missed. So many, and it was this whole like. This was the first year that even before Corona and everything is, even though Messi deserves it every fucking year, but it did seem like, especially because of Modric, it seemed like this was going to be the year that Ronaldo or Messi didn't have it.
Yeah.
With Ronaldo going to Juventus, Messi...
Do you want me to be honest? I don't think I've ever been interested in it.
Yeah,
because I've never even watched it or cared.
Exactly. Yeah, me neither. But you do want Messi to... You want Messi to get his recognition,
Is it voted for by the other players?
No, they have a separate award for that.
And I don't give a shit.
I think it has to do with ex-players though.
No, it's the
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I know, but I think some ex-players are in.
I thought it was more of a journalist thing, wasn't it?
No.
Alright, well, I don't know.
Doesn't mean nothing for me anyway.
But still, it's just Lewandowski was.
It would mean something for me if I was going to say if Ballon d'Or. If Kevin De Bruyne won it, it would mean something for me. It would be a big step in the direction of media accepting City's.
I thought you said Barn d'Or because my mate's a Leeds fan, and he says that's what they call Bamford, Barn d'Or, Bamford.
Really?
Barn d'Or.
Because he couldn't hit a Barn d'Or?
Yeah. Couldn't hit a Barn d'Or normally, yeah.
I've got him in my fantasy team, and he's...
Well, he's got 7 or 8 goals this season, but don't forget he's been a Leeds fan for a while.
Yeah, but Bamford wasn't... He's only been there a couple seasons.
Well, apparently for the amount of chances he has.
Yeah. Well, mate, yeah.
Hey, but if you get chances...
Oh, mate, they look good. I mean, why don't you mention
them
with Everton? They've come back from the 3 defeats, get a win, was it Fulham? And then go and lose to a really, really good Leeds.
Yeah.
Really, you know what? Watching them play football. Now that's games when I see... now we have a 7:30 in the morning, a 10 o'clock, a 12:30, and then it's normally now 3 o'clock ones.
Yeah.
For us, anyway, in the States, they're normally the shittiest game. But
yeah.
But if it's Leeds, I'll make sure I watch it also.
Yeah, good football. It's kind of how like when Sheffield United come up and they kept playing the football they were playing. It didn't work. It didn't work for Norwich the season before. They went straight back down. Like they try. A lot of the times these teams will come up and try and play the same football they played in the Championship, but it's working for Leeds, and I mean it's. I think I like watching them a lot. They're exciting.
Or if you look at the Championship now, I think it's Norwich, Bournemouth, Watford, is it?
I know Bournemouth lost.
Yeah, they lost.
I mean, it just goes to show all of last season. You know how Leeds and West Brom were always going back and forth because they kept on losing games.
Norwich, Bournemouth, Watford, yeah.
But it just shows how much better Leeds are than West Brom. Like, yeah, they were both fighting for that spot, but Leeds always seemed better, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it just completely proves it. Like,
Slav gets his first win as well.
Yeah, happy for
oh,
Slaven,
yeah. No, of course. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't want to see West Brom go down.
No,
but you want
Julian and Slav suffer, you know.
Yeah.
So it's been the Mesut Ozil show.
Yeah. Well, at least someone's talking about him.
Yeah.
But all right, guys, I do. Before we go, I do want to say thank you to our sponsor, SportsVids. Again, like I said earlier, Christmas is coming up, and there's no better gift to get somebody than a video from their favorite sports legends. It doesn't have to be just football. They've got boxing, Olympics, darts, and cricket on there as well. You can choose from legends like Ian Bishop, Tony Cottee, Shaun Goater, and other stars. Did you edit this doc, by the way? Because you're always the first name on that football list, by the way.
No. I think I might be the most expensive.
Yeah. I didn't know it was set your own price. So all you need to do...
I think that price for me isn't a video. You can actually buy me.
Yeah,
he comes over and cleans your house.
Yeah. All you need to do is give them some info about your friend, workmate, or family member, and they'll do the rest. Like I said, it's a great Christmas present. You know, how many times do you sit there on the computer searching for stupid gifts on Amazon to get your family members or your friends? This is the perfect gift. SportsVids, personalized video shoutouts from sporting heroes. Get yours now at sportsvids.com. I do also want to thank our other sponsor, Manscaped. Manscaped has just released the Weed Whacker in the UK. It's forever changing the grooming game with their Weed Whacker. The nose and ear hair trimmer provides proprietary skin-safe technology which helps prevent nicks, snags, and tugs in those delicate holes. It's waterproof. It's the only nose hair trimmer on the market with a powerful and rechargeable lithium-ion battery that lasts up to 19 minutes of use. You can get 20% off and free shipping with the code BISH. That's BISH at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use the code BISH. I do just also want to plug the t-shirts that you're both wearing. Grealish as the #1 diver. On the back, there's a list of the FBI top 10 most wanted for diving. You can go on 5pintsin.com/shop. Check out those shirts. We've got that new 5 pints on a shirt as well, t-shirt, which I really like. And there's a few other things on there you can check out.
You know what I'd like, though? You know what I think would be more professional if we had a spare one and hung it up rather than kind of trying to do the twist there.
Maybe we do, and we can do that next time, but it's a good idea.
All right.
But yeah, I know you both wore it for the hatred of Grealish diving against West Ham on Monday, so if anyone else feels the same, go pick your shirt up and let the world know how much you hate Grealish for that bullshit.
Bruno Fernandes is on there as well.
Bruno Fernandes is on there too, yeah. Notable mention. But yeah, if you're liking the show, make sure to give us a like on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and go sign up for the email mailing list on 5pintsin.com, and you'll get an email every week with episode notifications and the most popular clips of the week. I think that's everything I've got. I took a long-winded breath for that, and
Happy days.
I didn't trip over too many words, so otherwise I would have fallen on the floor like Grealish, but I think I was good.
Lessons are working.
What's that?
It was only Eredivisie.
The second word I said in the podcast.
I put a shot of vodka in his beer, that's why.
Yeah. And he's taking pictures of me next to the door while everyone's leaving. All right, guys. Good having a beer with you. Thanks for listening. Cheers, guys.